Yes, so good day, brothers and sisters. It's always and it would always be a pleasure being here. Now, as you can see on the screen, the greatest con you should be aware of. Now, this video would have some length. So, if you are willing, then get your glass of water or your bottle of water or whatever you drink while you're relaxing and follow on, please. The greatest con you should be aware of. And the reason for this is because I have realized, and a lot of us have realized, that who they tell us we are is not who we are. But then somebody or some people is trying to function the way we should function, but with a twist. You see, they doesn't have the heart that we have. They doesn't have the blood that we have. So they are making a mess of things. But first of all, let me highlight you on some stuff in the Bible. And I will first of all deal with Deuteronomy 28. I must do that, because if you don't know who you are, believe it or not, you would not know from whence cometh your salvation. You have to get to know who you are in this time, because it is said that when you come to your self-realization in your bondage, then you will turn to the Most High, because then you would know that throughout the existence of yourself and your people, the Most High had been there with you, walking with you all along, regardless of the evil that we have done that caused us to be in that situation we are at this moment. Now I'm going to read Deuteronomy 28, and first of all you have to know that that whole scenario took place in the wilderness when Moses was leading us out of Egypt from the land of bondage. Okay? The Most High, or Elohim, had pity on us after 400 years again. And he decided, okay, I will free my people again. They are hardened, but I will free them again. And let us make a new covenant and hope. A new covenant and hope that they will keep it. But the Most High knows everything. Now, Deuteronomy 28. So the instruction was given to Moses to tell to the people. So Moses came forward. And I read, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of our Elohim, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Father thy Elohim will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yah thy Elohim. People. Now this is the word of Yah speaking to our ancestors, our people, speaking to us. Don't let anybody tell you you are a Gentile, brothers and sisters. You are not. Blessed shall thou be in the city, and blessed shall thou be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thine kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Blessed shall thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shall thou be when thou goest out. Our Elohim shall cause thine enemies to rise up against thee, to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way, and flee before thee 7 ways. Our Elohim shall command the blessings upon thee in thy storehouse, and in all that thou settest thine hand unto. And he shall bless thee in the land which our Elohim giveth thee. Our Elohim shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he hath sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of Yah thy Elohim, and walk in his ways. So, covenant shall make ye a holy people unto himself. That is us people. And all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of Yah, and they shall be afraid of thee. They shall respect thee. And our Elohim shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, in the land which Yah has swear unto thy fathers to give thee. Our Elohim shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven, to give thee rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the work of thine hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. That is our portion if we obey the commandments of our Elohim. And Yah shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If that thou hearken unto the commandment of Yah thy Elohim, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other deities to serve them. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yah thy Elohim, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and take thee. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thine kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out. Or Elohim shall send upon thee cursings, vexations, and rebuke in all that thou settest thine hand unto, for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. Or Elohim shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, until he have consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it. Or Elohim shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with all mildew. They shall pursue thee until thou perish. Now, it's just like if when you do wrong, you just peel the whole book behind you. Simple. No mercy. And thy heaven, that it is over thy head, shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. Or Elohim shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. Or Elohim shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. Remember, thou shalt be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. You shall be scattered, and thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall free them away. Then we all know who these things happened to, who they were hanging, they were beating and flaying your skin to death, and animals eating you, and nobody cares about you. People will be passing and looking at you hanging up there, and fly eating you, ants eating you, and nobody cares. Ha! Or Elohim shall smite thee with the botch of Egypt. Crazy. And with the emeralds, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou canst not be healed. Or Elohim shall smite thee with madness, and blindness, and astonishment of heart. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. Thine ass shall be violently taken away before thy face, and shall not be restored to thee. Thy sheep shall be given unto thine enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue them. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hands. You shall be weakened, you shall be powerless. Oh yeah, there shall be no might. No might in thy hand. The truth, the fruit of thy land, and all the labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed away, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. You think about angry. Who are most angry on the earth right now? Just tell me a little bit. Yah shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with a sore botch that cannot be healed, from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head. Yah shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there shalt thou serve other deities of wood and stone. So tell me about it. We are in a strange land, serving what every other deities we see, we worship in. We worship in wood, we worship in stone, we worship in car, we worship in house, we worship in all different kind of nonsense. We worship in. We were not like that. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Father shall lead thee. You see, a byword, an astonishment. You'll be like a proverb. Don't be like that little nigger. You know, trust me. They're not good people to be around. Thou shalt carry much seed unto the field, and shall gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it. Thou shalt plant vineyards and dress them, but shall neither drink of the wine, nor gather the grapes, for the worms shall eat them. Thou shalt have olive trees throughout the coast, but shall not anoint thyself with the oil, for thine olive shall cast its fruits. Throw it away. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Oh yeah. You look around, nothing but captivity they are in. And thy trees and fruit of thy land shall the locust consume. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low, very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Now, look around, people. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and shall overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yah, the Elohim, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Now, all these curses will be as a sign and a wonder. You understand? People will be looking at you who knows, because they know who you are. Look at the people who disobey the Most High. What is happening to them? They know. You understand? And the worst thing about it, they introducing everything to get us so distracted that we wouldn't even think about our Elohim, because that is what is happening. Because thou sawest not our Elohim, Yah, our Elohim, with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yah shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed the yoke of iron. People, do you remember? And we are still carrying that yoke upon us to this day. We are just going through with our yoke of iron. Life is hard for our people. And Yah shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Trust me, I don't understand English too good. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young. And he shall eat the fruit of the cattle and the fruit of thy land, until thou be destroyed. That is all they do. They come, they just dig up, they take everything, and they fly away and leave our people in poverty worldwide. That is exactly what they do. Which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, until thy high and fence walls comes down, wherein thou trustest throughout all thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which Yah or Elohim has given to thee. So anywhere we go, they will be coming and get us. In AD 70, when we flee to Africa, certain parts in Africa, they come get us and enslave us again. They would not stop. We are in their land, and they are still besieging us with everything they got, just trying to destroy us. That is what is happening, people. We have to open our eyes and we have to look. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which our Elohim which Yah or Elohim had given thee in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Who does be living? It's just because we have to fix all those things by seeking the Most High Yah, so that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children whom he shall eat, because he hath nothing left in the siege, and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter, and towards her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and towards her children which she shall bear. For she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness, wherein thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. Abortion, right? If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, Yah or Elohim, then Yah will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues and of long continuance, and so sickness and of long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto you, even leprosy, as far as I am concerned. And every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will Yah bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. COVID, AIDS, just name it. Okay? And he shall be left few in number, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of Yah or Elohim. And it shall come to pass that as Yah rejoice over you to do you good and to multiply you, so Yah will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught, and ye shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. And Yah shall scatter thee among all people, from the ends of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other deities, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even of wood and stone. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy feet have rest. But Yah shall give thee a trembling heart, and a failing eyes, and sorrow of mind, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, would Yah it were even, and at even thou shalt say, would Yah it was morning, for the fear of thine heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. And Yah shall bring thee into Egypt again. Yes, Yah shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt not see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. People, I want to explain something to you. And Yah shall bring thee into Egypt again. But most definitely is not the physical Egypt that is there right now. Because what he said here is, by the way whereof I speak unto you, now thou shalt see it no more. Meaning, you were coming out into Egypt, and you were on your way from Egypt. Where you come from, you wouldn't see it no more. You understand? But then, mind you, you'll be going in ship, you'll be crossing waters now. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall be able to save you. Brothers and sisters, we know a lot of people try to save black people. Oh yes, a lot of people, and most of them always get killed. And we are still in our miserable state as it is right now. And right now we are worse off than any other time. Trust me. Because they are actually changing most of our minds. They are actually turning us away in a spiritual way from who we are. So what is happening? Most of us are actually neglecting who we are. We bleach our skin because we want to be something else. We worship money, we worship material things. Yes, that is what is happening. Now, I want to read another scripture here for you. Part of a scripture here. Okay? And it comes from King James, Psalm 83. And I'll just read from 2 to 4. Right? For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Brothers and sisters, here we go again. In Psalms. Yeah, our enemies of our Elohim, has made a tumult. And they made this tumult because it seems these people are always waiting. They are always waiting when our protection are being taken away from us. Okay? When we disobey and we be wicked to our Elohim. And David see that. He saw that and he spoke it. Now, in AD 70, when Israel and our temple were destroyed, most of our people went into Africa. We flee to the hills because Yahushua HaMashiach said that when this time comes, we have to head to the hills, which we did. Now, we were hidden. Yes, we went away and we were hidden from these people because they were there setting up shop in our land, in Israel. So we went more internally into Africa and we were hidden for years. But then with everything else that happened, when the heathen and the wicked start plundering, they remember a people. Yes, they remember a people that actually built Egypt, that actually assist in a whole lot of construction in Babylon. Yes, they remember. So they formed this conspiracy and they decide, well, they will have to get our people to build where? Europe and basically America. Even if they didn't know it, but that was the plan, the conspiracy. And it went deeper because as long as our people are in existence, these people could never have their way the way they want it, because we, being the chosen people, are a chosen people, a holy people, because we actually were given the promise that our Elohim wants us to be a holy people unto him. They knows that, and our Elohim does not take back his word. They are familiar with that. So then if there is no us, then Satan, the evil man, will be laughing at you now. Where is your holy people? because they destroy them. So that is the plan. Once there is a nation, Israel, you understand? Once there is a nation, Israel, on the face of the earth, then our Elohim is in charge still. But as usual, we always letting down our Elohim. Okay? So they bring us into the slavery. They work us to death. We built Europe. We make them rich. We built America and everything like that. And if you recall, what did they do? They throw us out on the street with nothing. In a place we don't know, because we couldn't go there and socialize and hang out with people and get to know places and get to know how things running. All we know is slavery. For 400 years or 200 years or 300 years, they had us functioning like dumb animals. They beat the very culture out of us because they had to do that. Because our culture are actually in contrast to theirs and the way they live. The names that we have glorify our Elohim. It's part of our culture. The very name of our Elohim is written in our names. Okay? The food we eat is in honor of our Elohim. You understand? Because he gave us his diet. So there are certain things that we never ate. But when we came to slavery, when they brought us here, they made sure that we eat all the things that our culture say we should not eat. You ever wonder why black people like so much pork right now? This is a slave food. This is a food that they were given unto us to spite us, to send us further away, for us to be just constantly breaking that covenant and just up in our Elohim's face. You understand? Making a mockery of themselves, but you know definitely that the Messiah is not mocked. They made us do things that are totally abominable. Homosexualism. They rape our men, they rape our women, young ones, old ones. They have men having sex with their mother and their sister and their cousin. All those things that are abomination unto us, they made us do in slavery. And they did all that to mess up our mentality so much. In addition to all the brutality that for some of us it become a way of life. Most people in our our nation, they accept it for that. They accept it as a way of life. Yes. Most people in our nation, we eating pork like if we were born with a piece of pork in our mouth. We do all kind of incestuous activities. We accept it. You see? We brutalize our own people because they made us do that without mercy in slavery. They brought hatred, complete hatred between and among our people. And even to this day, the effect is still there. A lot of the effect is still there, even to today. Have you ever wondered why our people sing songs and all the songs they're singing about their own people, call them bitch, tell them they're gonna kill them, We're gonna shoot you, we go blast you, we go finish you, we go rape you, we go do all kind of nastiness. All these things is directed against your own people. That is the slave culture. We disrespect our women on stage, we disrespect our women in the street, we do all this nasty shit. All those stuff are a slave culture. Most of you like to call it our culture. And you will call it our culture because you just don't know. Now, what is the con? Know that you must have an idea who you truly are. Now, if you don't know still who you are, read Deuteronomy 28. Look at the causes and just examine what is happening to our people now. If your head is in the cloud and you don't want to learn nothing, that is your problem. One day you will get your judgment. You understand? But look into Deuteronomy 28 and read it without no influence of those churches and those religions you have out there. Now, what is the conspiracy? Now, let me tell you this. Our people being in slavery, walking around with people's name, slave names I call it. Our names belong to the slave masters. So even today, if I maybe make a grand something, or impact or something of the nature, and my name show up as Pierre, some white man could say, yeah, this was my slave. At least he descended from, from the Caribbean, so he descended from my foreparents, slave family. He was a slave. Why is that? It's because we don't carry around our names. Okay? The names that we were given never belongs to us, and it would never belong to us. You understand? It's not our name. I don't even know what this name I carry means. That have to change. Okay? I don't even know what this name means. Okay? Now, even the Bible have things in it, certain wordings in the Bible that have nothing to do with our Elohim. They gave us a God to worship. They like to worship him on Saturday and Sunday. And they have a name for him. They call him Jesus too. So they train us doing this thing for 400 years. Right now, our people is walking around genuflecting and stuff to our white Jesus. When people who look like the white Jesus abuse them, they have nothing to say. But if somebody that look like them tell them something or just watch them differently, they're ready to kill them. That is a slave culture. That is how they have your mind being twisted. Right. Now let me go further. These people you have living in Israel currently, the people who call themselves Jewish, right? These people claim to be the chosen people of our Elohim. Yeah, they claim to be the people. Now, they had the only time this Western world basically start hearing about these people, I guess, is during Hitler time. Hitler had a few of them locked up and maybe beaten or whatever you do, kill them, whatever. And then America was involved in the getting rid of Hitler. So what happened? When these people were freed, automatically, maybe out of pity, well, I was telling myself that the media blow up these people to this world Because at that time, nobody don't know who is who and what is what. Trust me. If there is any chosen people on the face of the earth and there was all this big effective, then why we didn't hear about that before this time? But anyway, I'll tell you, I'm coming to that. But they get killed in, some of them get killed in Germany. So Hitler was the devil and they probably were the saints. So they blow it up that these people are the Jews. But then I do believe that this thing go way beyond that. You see, this thing happened way past before Hitler. A conspiracy between the same people who call themselves Jewish people to sacrifice a whole lot of their own people. You understand? Now, the first time I heard about a Jew, right, is when I was going to school and I read a book, The Merchant of Venice. And this Jew wasn't a nice person. That Jew was a money lender. You know? That Jew was a money lender. That Jew lent a guy named Antonio some money. And that Jew told Antonio that if when the time comes to pay, he can't pay, then he have to give the Jew a pound of flesh. Literally a pound of flesh. And that Jew, all the screw face and everything, money lenders and everything, he want a pound of flesh. Okay? So what happened? They had to take him to court because, I mean, come on, nobody's not coming with no knife and cut out a pound of flesh on anybody. So Antonio got a lawyer and they went to court, and obviously the Jew lost. And he was demanding, I want my pound of flesh, and he sharpened his knife and everything, and he wanted pound of flesh in the courthouse. So he literally wanted to cut out a pound of flesh, maybe by the ribs, I don't know, of one person. So then that was never a good picture of the Jew, from the Jewish person from day one. But then when I read that story, I put two and two together, because that same people, you have a story after a couple of years, like a story go around where they had I think some Rothschild people who had something like 4 sons and give them certain areas, certain countries to open banks and lend money to people and governments and stuff like that. And they did it. But then the same people who call themselves Jewish people, they were always in people's country and people always run them out of the country because of their bad behavior, and they like money too much. You see, they will sell people for money. Money, money, money. They don't care. Give them money. Money and power. That is all these people I must be thinking about. So I don't understand which deity they worshiping. Want to cut out pound of flesh and everything like that. So basically you could say these people did not have a resting place. I'm just talking so you could at least understand, but do your research for yourself. So it's obviously these people was never good in anybody's society. So they did not have a country of their own. They never did. You see, because that same Israel, remember, I think was this guy that was the president of Egypt, or Nazar or something. I can't remember his name exactly, but he said he don't understand how the people in Israel, or the Israelites, left Egypt black and come back white. So he would never actually respect them. So, and they would know. But anyway, so they didn't have a place, a resting place. But money talks. Bullshit always works. So what do you think I do believe happened? You see, these people will support both sides of the coin. They will support you against a country with money, with finance, and the next bank that they have, they will support the other country. So they're making money on both sides. These people functions like that. So when they lend you a whole lot of monies, right? A whole lot of money they would lend you. You can't pay back. Just like how America owe China a whole lot of $1 trillion. Just now, who knows, China might come for the pound of flesh. So what happened? So with that, these people decide that, you know what? They were pulling their net right now. So you never know. They conspire with England, they conspire with America, they conspire maybe with even Germany and those other places. That based on the amount of money that they have for them, or they owe them, they want the pound of flesh. And they're powerful enough now, they want the pound of flesh. They want to get a country, you understand, that they could call their own. And the country they choose is Israel. Unfortunately, the Palestinians were living in those areas at that time, so they had to evacuate. So what happened? Kill Hitler, blow up everything about the Jews, this and the Jews that, and they take advantage of the chosen people are the most high, and all kind of thing. And the Jews going back home. And then America will take care of the Jews. And then the Jewish people hit you another story that if you bless us based on the Bible, then the Most High will bless you. And if you curse us, then He will curse you. Now, I actually know that actually statement was for our people. That is why none of them are no rest right now. It is also said that when the Jews go back to Israel, there will be peace on the earth, on the face of the earth. From since these people went down in Israel, but the scripture talk about Gentiles trampling down Israel until the last days anyway. But from since these people went down there, it was nothing but war. It was nothing but killing innocent Palestinians. It was a whole lot of war and worthlessness is happening down in this place. These people them have homosexual parade in this God-forsaken place as it is right now. This place need a purge. These people are them mining pig, all kind of thing down in this place. They're doing all manner of wickedness down there. You understand? How they could be the people of the Most High. Yeah. Now, when they get this place and they say that they are Jewish and they're doing Judaism and everything, that is when they took our identity. They could be converted Judaists, it doesn't matter. You understand? But the point is, this is our identity. But the scripture talk about these people who call themselves they are Jews but they are not, or Hebrew but they are not, because in the original text there is no word named Jew. Okay. Now, so they took our identity. They have influence over America. America giving them billions of dollars every year. They come like if America hold on to them, is like they supporting America. Man, let me tell you something. If this word, if He bless you or bless them, whatever, if that had applied in that case, America would be a nice and blessed country. America right now is the most cursed country on the face of the earth. You understand? England, a cursed country on the face of the earth. Why? They're going through real stress. Why? Because these people are destroying black people. These people are causing a whole lot of destruction to black families and black lives. That is what they are doing. You see, these people always bringing down curse and destruction on our people. how could they rest in peace? Think about it, how we are the children, man. When you watch around social media, who making the world happy? If we are not in the world, all other nations committing suicide, just killing one another. No, I'm serious. We are the salt of the earth. We are the ones. True, I doesn't really dig too much with everybody. Just all they want to do is to shake the bottom and walk, do naked. I doesn't like to support. I don't support that. But then it have many ways I see our entertainment having the world happy. No other nation on the face of the earth could do that. Could shine this light. And that is a blessing the most I say he would not take it from us. You see, no matter what we do, it's not them in Israel, it's we. We are the ones that is spreading whatever it takes on the face of the earth. I think we are the ones that making people feel they could get up in the morning and turn on social media and go on TikTok, maybe something. You understand? We are the people that are the salt of the earth. Without us, there is no taste on the face of the earth. Our major problem is that we have the love for ourselves, for our people. It is lacking. We are allowing ourselves to be led astray by people that want what we have. And that is stupid. The scriptures say, my people, they are sottish. He say, my people, they don't consider. He say, the ox know the owner. Everybody know, animals know who they are, but my people, they don't know. Because we don't think and we don't consider. And when I say people will say that is talking bad about black people. No, that is not it. You know, that is trying to get you to wake up. You understand? No. With all that being said, there is plenty more I could talk about. I just want to give you this thing. These people, this con boy. You know what I mean? This thing, yeah, they con the whole world. They're making the whole world think that they are chosen people. These people are not. These people are like these people are like Romans. You know, these people could be any kind of people. These people are just trampling on everybody. Right now, they are the people on the face of the earth that if you say something about them, Satan rising up and trying to crush you by way of other people. You understand? Because Satan knew once people believe these people are the chosen people of the Most High, and the same people now doing everything in their power to keep the true people from knowing who they are, Satan feel he have a victory. But the scripture say that the time will come when they would admit who we are. They start already. We have to wake up and see what is happening. When Yahusha was living on the face of the earth, what did he say? He said, I leave a new commandment with you. It's true he came out in the commandment, you have to love one another, but he said, hey, let me tell you, look at this thing from now on. Love one another. When you love one another, people will know who you are. They will know you belongs to me. Because once we love one another and we stick together as a people, there is no evil that could form against us that could prosper. And every time I think about that, I think about the walls of Jericho. We are unified body of our ancestors. Make a shout and the walls come down. Just a shout. Because they were united in Yah. They were united in love. That is the kind of power we have that we could exert. And that is what these people don't want us to know. Most of us go about thinking, well, we have to have money. Forget that. They create their own money. We have to learn to live with one another, and we will see how things will be different. We don't have to be rushing and fighting for all this money. Because whatever is happening, keep us separated, then the Most High will just there and just hoping that we come together. No. They have a conspiracy to destroy us. You understand? If you go back and you read in the 1920s, 30s, whatever days go in back in those days, you read about the eugenics, and the plan was to depopulate us, make us like eunuchs, make us in a way that we can't have children. The same Arabs used to be doing that. That is a conspiracy from way back when. The same Arabs used to capture and enslave our people, castrate them, and take our wife and make hybrid children. You understand? Doing all kind of wickedness. These people been doing the same thing too. You understand? These people who you have in Egypt, they play a big part in enslaving our people. You understand? They play a big part. And it seems to me like if they like basically run the world, because anyway a black man say something against them, they're looking to get him. Even if people that are not Jewish, considering what a black man say about these people is wrong, a black man must just shut up. Don't even look them in the eye, bow down. That can't happen. No, that can't happen. You see, between us, we have a couple Moses that go hit an Egyptian and down him and bury him in the sand. We have a couple Joshua. We have a couple Samson that will bring down the house and everybody. You understand? That is who we are. So I'm going to ask some questions now. Tell me, these, if you believe in the Bible, if you say you're going to church, if you say you, whatever you do, but you believe in the Torah, you believe in the Old Testament, you believe in prophecy, you believe in whatever in the Bible, just tell me, when did these people in Israel, you understand, when did they ever go into slavery? In ships? Tell me. Or they bring people in slavery in ships? Tell me, when in history did these people were brought into slavery as born men and born women? Tell me. Tell me, when did these people build house and can't stay in it? Tell me when they married a wife and the wife, well, is somebody else's wife. Massa used to take our wife on the plantation when we married because he won the first shot. You understand? When? So if for some reason you cannot tell me where these people went into slavery, you understand? How, tell me, how does these courses fit in with them? You know, tell me. But first of all, I really want to know when they went in slavery. Because if they went in slavery, there must be some documentation. Just like how you have documentation when our people went in slavery. Tell me, when did these people who live in Israel now went into slavery as bondmen and bondwomen? Because what happened to them during the time of Hitler was not slavery. That was a genocide. Well, you could call it that. But then it also had genocide in South Africa. It also had genocide in a whole lot of African countries. Right? What was happening to us for 400 years? Them is just about 3 or 4 years. But what was happening to us for 400 years was also a genocide. What was happening in the Congo, you understand, was genocide also. You understand? So how is it that their little mishap, yes, a mishap or whatever it is, their own people do their thing? Same people like them who do them what they have to do. When we have to get ours, it's not same people like us who are bringing us into slavery. You understand? So we know exactly who the enemy is when the Bible says our enemy shall bring us there. You understand? So tell me, how is it that their situation, which started sometime in 1939, 40 up to 45, whatever, how that was the most important genocide they could think about. And every day they're trying to push it on our throat to remember that. They have museum with that. Eh? They push it on our throat so that it will be embedded in our mind. You understand? And if it's embedded in our mind, then we know we'll be looking up at these people with all the compassion. People no, don't do that. These people are about the most evil people I know. And if any God choose these people as his chosen people, well, I don't really want to see this God. I'm telling you. These are the most evil people I know. You understand? So, all I am saying is, brothers and sisters, know who you are. For one, you are not a Gentile. Right? You are not a Gentile. Right? By no imagination, you are. There is nothing like that. You are not. These people are the Gentiles. The scripture says these people will be trampling down Jerusalem, and that is exactly what they are doing. Making mawet with themselves down there. Right? So we have to know, brothers and sisters, I do this little thing here so that at least if you are interested, it's something you can always research, but you must know who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, and you go before Yahushua thinking you is somebody else, he gonna tell you, I don't know you. Right? He said that while we are in bondage, we would recall. Right? We would recall. And when we recall it in our minds and in our soul, who our Elohim is, we will call on him and he will free us. Like he said, if only my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray. You understand? He said, I will hear from heaven and I will heal the land. Now, they might call you whatever name they give you in slavery, but the Most High know what is your name. You understand? All you have to do is to recognize who your Elohim is. You must do that. Otherwise, as they say, you'll just be a lost sheep. You know, it's important. So, brothers and sisters, once again, there is a lot of things we can talk about. But then I will say something before I go, because I might have to take it up in another video. We are the ones that's supposed to repair that bridge. Yes, we have to be the one to repair that bridge. Peace, brothers and sisters.